Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the example of comparison operators. Well, comparison operators compares the two values and it gives the result in the form of true or false. It shows us whether the one value is greater than or less than or greater than equal to or less than is equal to or not equal to the other value. So without wasting any time, let's dive into it. Once we open our Excel file, we have to go to Developer and Visual Basic. It will open Microsoft Visual Basic application. Here we can insert a module and write our code, or else we can insert a user form and assign some button to it. Under that button we can write some code. So whenever we will be pressing that button, it will be performing that code function. I'll be choosing second method. Go to insert user form, then drag and drop this command button. Well, how do we write a code under that command button? Just double click on it. Once you double click on it, it will open this module. Here you can write your code. So what do we do before writing our code? Well, we declare our variables. Here I am going to use two variables, a and b, and I am also going to assign some value to it. Dim a as an integer, dim b as an integer. Now I will be assigning the value of a as 5 and the value of b as 10. Now let's write our conditions. If a is equal to b, then the message box will show a is equal to b is true. Otherwise, it will show a is equal to b is false. Or else you can write not true. Whatever you want, you can write here. Now we will be ending our if statement with and if. Let's test our next condition, which is not equal to. How do we write not equal to? Well, it is simple. A greater than less than b. Now we'll be showing the result under the message box. A not equal to b is true. Otherwise, it is false. Again, we have to end this if statement. Now we'll be testing our next condition. Which is a greater than b, then message box will show a greater than b is true. Otherwise, it will show a greater than b is false. Now let's end this if statement. Let's test our next condition, which is a less than b. Message box a less than b is true. Otherwise, it is false. Otherwise, a less than b is false. Let's test our two more condition. If a greater than equal to b, then message box will show a less than is equal to b is true. Otherwise, message box will show a less than equal to b is false. Let's test our last condition. If a greater than equal to b, then message box will show a greater than equal to b is true. Otherwise, a greater than equal to b is false. Here we have written our code. You can change the value of a and b and you can test this all condition after running this program. So let's test our condition. What we have assigned the value of a and b. Well, the value of a is 5, the value of b is 10, and we are going to run this program with this value. And we are going to test each of this condition. Let's hit the run button. Here is our command button. I'll be pressing it first time. It is showing a is equal to b is false. Yes, it is true. The value of a is 5, the value of b is 10. It is definitely not equal, so the condition should be false only. Well, a not equal to b. Yes, of course. A is 5, b is 10, so it is not equal. Hence, it is giving a is not equal to b is true. How do we write not equal to? Well, we can write it through greater than, less than. Now we'll be testing our next condition. A greater than b is false, since the value of a is 5 and it is definitely less than the value of b. So the value is false. A less than b, yes, of course it is true. The value it is showing is true. Now let's test our next condition. A less than equal to b, of course it is, because the value of a is 5, the value of b is 10, and the statement is true. Now let's test our next condition, which is a greater than equal to b. Of course not, so it will be showing you false. That's it guys for today's video. Thank you for watching this video.